observations of unidentified flying objects and various anomalous phenomena are not solely a phenomenon of our time. They trace back to the deep past, indicating the impact of some mysterious force on humanity throughout the centuries. Such conclusions can be drawn from ancient records of astonishing celestial events, including visions of flying objects and unusual lights, which can be interpreted as evidence of past encounters with UFOs. To explore this, we must direct research towards identifying connections between past and present reports of UFOs and their impact on the formation of culture and religious beliefs of humanity. Phenomena related to UFOs and the supernatural are reflected in the mythology and folklore of various peoples, illustrating encounters with the inexplicable throughout history. These stories often include mentions of beings from other worlds, fairies, spirits, and other anomalous phenomena that affect human life, presented in mythological and cultural traditions. This approach opens up the possibility of perceiving UFOs not only as manifestations of advanced technologies or extraterrestrial life, but also as elements of a vast cultural heritage. In this context, human imagination and cultural representations play a crucial role, allowing UFOs to be viewed as one of the many manifestations of human experience and worldview. These phenomena seem inexplicable from the perspective of modern science and philosophy. However, scientific and philosophical paradigms that take into account the theory of the universe's multi-layered nature offer a new view of the world we live in, as well as the place of humans in it, providing answers to fundamental questions about life, death, and the nature of reality.
I fear for the future. I never would have imagined saying something like that some years back, but now I have no choice. The evidence is overwhelming. It's sort of mind-boggling that this is happening and that it's headed towards something. They're not doing this because they're experimenting on us or anything like that. This is headed towards what I would imagine to be a major event where they will suddenly take over the earth for reasons that we do not know.
The concept of the universe's multidimensionality finds support in various cosmological models and astronomical observations. Anomalies in gravitational interactions, such as irregularities in the movement of galaxies and anomalous effects of gravitational lensing, may indicate the presence of additional dimensions influencing gravitational forces. Thus, multidimensional cosmology models offer alternative ways to explain the expansion of the universe and the structure of cosmic time, aligning with existing observational data. The study of gravitational waves and experiments at particle accelerators can reveal signs of multidimensionality, although direct evidence of additional dimensions has not yet been found. However, research in this area continues actively, promising to bring new understanding of the nature of space and time in the future. Within the theory of dark matter, hypothetical particles are studied that could explain gravitational effects not corresponding to those expected from ordinary matter. Among such candidates are dark photons and dark protons, analogues of non-particles that do not interact with electromagnetic radiation, making them invisible for direct detection. They possess mass, and therefore can influence gravity, presumably participating in the formation of galaxies and the large-scale structure of the universe. An example of an object potentially containing a large amount of dark matter is the galaxy Dragonfly 44 in the Coma Cluster. Despite having a mass comparable to the Milky Way, this galaxy has significantly fewer stars, leading to the conclusion that it is almost entirely composed of dark matter. Dark matter, constituting the main part of the universe's mass, remains one of the greatest mysteries of modern astrophysics. Its existence is assumed solely based on its gravitational influence on visible objects, such as galaxies and galaxy clusters, and on cosmological observations that support the theories of the Big Bang and the cosmic microwave background radiation. In reality, only God and monads exist, entities so mysterious that even the deepest reflections cannot fully grasp their essence. They fill the universe with a kind of the finest energy, forming the basis of all that exists. God, as the first cause of everything spiritual, emits monads, which in turn carry within them the highest form of the true self. These entities possess an inexhaustible variety and embody the paths of life, permeating the space of the universe. Like the strings of an invisible cosmic instrument, monads penetrate through material shells, but are not limited to them, capable of existing simultaneously in different points in space without being omnipresent. Without the presence of God, as the absolute beginning of everything, the existence of the world would be impossible. Even what is perceived as inanimate matter depends on His will. The absence of God would lead to the disappearance of all existence, underscoring the mysterious connection between God and monads, extending beyond human understanding. Thus we can consider, for example, the Mandelbrot fractal as a visualization of the multidimensional essence of God and the monads within it. This is the pure mathematical embodiment of unique complexity and the idea of infinity. Fractals, with their property of self-similarity at different scales, remind us of the infinite repetitions in the structure of space based on complex numbers and geometry, opening up a vast world of forms before us. Altered states of consciousness, whether through meditation, the influence of psychedelic substances, or extreme experiences, can open up visions of this multidimensional world called Iroln to people. Such experiences, activating different aspects of our perception, allow us to look beyond the mundane and see the complexity of reality structure. Iroln is one of the worlds of 5 special coordinates, the habitat of humanity's monads. The concept of the monad, originating in ancient philosophy and further developed in the works of Gottfried Leibniz, represents an indivisible substance lying at the foundation of the cosmos. This concept has continued to evolve in philosophical and scientific theories, including the modern achievements of quantum mechanics and category theory, opening new horizons for understanding the structure of the universe. In the scientific and philosophical world, debates about the nature of the universe have been ongoing for a long time. Its infinity in space, eternity in time, and whether it extends to all that exists, discoveries of cosmic microwave background radiation and dark matter, as well as observations of ancient galaxies billions of light years away, compel us to return to the ancient dispute between idealism and materialism. The apparent victory of the Big Bang theory over materialism slowed the development of modern science. Recent observations add further contradiction to the existing cosmological model. It seems that the truth lies somewhere in the middle. The emergence of physical particles from the quantum vacuum long hidden behind a veil of mysteries, along with the confirmation of the idea of a filled void, present new opportunities for understanding the universe as a multi-level system, where each layer has its unique characteristics. Experimental study of quantum vacuum fluctuations, which shows how particle-antiparticle pairs can appear and disappear, supports this concept. The Casimir effect, demonstrating the attraction between two uncharged plates in a vacuum due to quantum fluctuation constraints, and the Lamb shift, a change in the energy levels of electrons in a hydrogen atom. Furthermore, high-energy particle collision experiments, such as those conducted at the Large Hadron Collider, observe the generation of particle-antiparticle pairs. These discoveries indicate that the quantum vacuum is not empty in the classical sense of the word, but contains temporal fluctuations capable of generating particles. Thus, the universe appears as a complex multi-level system, where the material and temporal structures of each layer are unique and different from what we are accustomed to. Phenomena like the Einstein ring and the double quasar gravitational lens allow us to observe anomalous gravitational effects, which may testify to the existence not only of dark matter, but also of additional dimensions or layers of the universe not directly visible to us. This, in turn, supports the idea of the multi-layered universe, suggesting that dark matter could be one manifestation of hidden layers of reality. Therefore, current scientific achievements and philosophical reflections guide us to rethink the fundamental concepts of existence, opening the way to a new understanding of the structure of the universe and our place in it. Just by asking whether the existence of matter in any form, or what we conceive as matter, is theoretically possible, we can delve into abstract mathematical and philosophical considerations of finitude and infinity. We can imagine that a brick is divided into parts so small that their size approaches zero. This process of infinite division could theoretically continue indefinitely. However, within the bounds of physical reality, we encounter a limit to this division, as at some point matter will reach its fundamental boundary and cannot infinitely decrease without violating the laws of physics, potentially resulting in infinite density at every point in space, which would end any notion of reality. Thus, the infinite division of a brick serves as a vivid illustration of abstract ideas about infinity, as well as the limits and boundaries of our understanding of the structure of matter, namely, that matter ends at a certain point. The ancient Greeks also noted this. Zeno's paradoxes, such as the dichotomy, raise questions about the nature of movement and infinity, proposing a thought experiment in which an infinite number of steps prevents reaching a finite distance. These paradoxes, in turn, make us ponder how we perceive space and time, and how our understanding of infinity affects the perception of reality. Linking this to the concept of the infinite division of a brick, we approach a fundamental question about how an infinite number of infinitely small parts can create a finite and structured object. This question highlights the complexity and depth of our understanding of matter, as well as points to the limitations imposed on our knowledge by the laws of physics. In the universe, there exist worlds whose layers of space are defined by 3 dimensions, but time in them is represented in multiple dimensions, thus differing from our conventional understanding of time. For the inhabitants of such layers, time flows in several parallel directions, each at its own speed. Events in these layers occur synchronously in all time dimensions. However, the center of an event may be located in only 1 or 2 dimensions. It's challenging to imagine, but the inhabitants of such layers, although primarily acting within 1 or 2 time dimensions, are aware of and exist in all of them. Events in these multi-dimensional layers of time unfold synchronously, though the focus of a particular event may be fixed in only 1 or several time dimensions. While this notion is difficult for the imagination, the beings inhabiting such layers live and perceive themselves in the totality of all the time dimensions in which they exist. This aspect of synchronicity gives a unique sense of wholeness and harmony to life in such multidimensional layers, offering an experience far from the understanding of those accustomed to one-dimensional time. Being in such worlds allows one to feel an integral part of everything happening and to understand the multidimensionality of one's own existence. The discovery of these multidimensional spatio-temporal layers offers us the opportunity to rethink the nature of reality and our place in the vast cosmic network. Penetrating into these worlds, where each moment is an echo of eternity and multidimensionality, invokes a desire to explore the infinite depths of knowledge and new possibilities. Almost every celestial body possesses a range of different material layers, forming an interconnected and interdependent system. These systems, known as Brahmaphuturas, are unified by the commonality of processes occurring within their layers. In most Brahmaphuturas of our galaxy, the primary process uniting the layers of each is the battle between providential and demonic forces. However, there are Brahmaphuturas that have completely fallen under demonic power, and those that have fully liberated themselves from it. Universes, connected by common meta-historical processes, are situated between two spiritual poles, creating an impression of eternal struggle. The layers of each celestial body form a gigantic and closely interacting system. These unique formations are called Brahmaphuturas. In the solar system, there are Brahmaphuturas of the Sun, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, the Moon, as well as some moons of the larger planets. The Brahmaphutura of Venus is in its infancy. Other planets and moons are the ruins of deceased Brahmaphuturas, left by monads, or they were never Brahmaphuturas. In some Brahmaphuturas, the total number of layers is limited to just a few, while in others this number can reach several hundred. In Shadanaka, for example, the total number of layers is 242. Shadanaka is the proper name of our planet's Brahmaphutura. It consists of a vast number, over 240, of different material layers, extraspatial and extratemporal. These infinite systems of layers permeate universes, creating remarkable diversity and harmony in their structure. They are a testament to the complexity and majesty of cosmic reality, leaving us in awe of its immensity and diversity. Brahmaphuturas become for us not only objects of study, but also a source of inspiration and reflection on the nature of reality. In their endless expanses lies the wisdom of the ages and mysteries that we strive to decipher and understand as we explore them. The universe, or our universe, a layer called Enroth, appears as a three-dimensional brain in a multi-dimensional space. According to the theory, our universe might have originated from the collision of two such brains occurring in higher dimensions. In the quantum vacuum, which resembles a kind of nothingness filled with quantum fluctuations, brains can move and interact. When two brains collide, the energy from the collision can lead to the creation of a hot, dense and high-energy area from which the universe subsequently develops. This collision initiates a process known as inflation, a rapid expansion of the universe that is intended to explain many of its observed characteristics, such as the uniformity and isotropy of the cosmic microwave background radiation. Enroth, the name of our physical layer, is a concept equivalent to the modern notion of the astronomical universe. It is characterized by the presence of three spatial dimensions and one dimension of time. It should not be assumed that the impermeability of Enroth to other dimensions is a characteristic of all layers. The barriers between layers are not always as impermeable as those between Enroth and other dimensions. Not all layers have such strict boundaries that isolate them from others. While there are layers with zakualas similar to Enroth, there also exist solitary layers devoid of such barriers. The universe exhibits a variety of forms and structures, and each layer possesses its unique nature and character. This mosaic of layers and dimensions is like a cosmic puzzle that we strive to assemble in order to unravel the mysteries of the universe and understand its true essence. Each new layer opens up new horizons of knowledge before us, expanding our notions of what might lie beyond our perception. There are many groups of layers in which the transition from one layer to another does not require the death of a being or difficult material transformations, as occurs in our world. Instead, it only requires achieving special inner states. These layers form a system called Sakowala. Sakowalas are unique configurations of layers where transitions from one state to another are determined not by physical processes, but by spiritual development and internal transformation. In these worlds, the important aspect is not overcoming barriers, but transforming oneself. Each Sakowala serves as a kind of training ground for spiritual growth and self-improvement. Here, beings can pass through various levels of awareness and perception, achieving higher states of consciousness and soul. Macro-Brahmvatturas are multi-layered systems of materialities, similar to Brahmvatturas, but much more vast and majestic. They encompass certain stellar groups, such as the majority of stars in the constellation Orion, or the binary star system of Antares, which includes many planets. Some are known for their enormous number of different material layers, up to 8,000. Unlike the emptiness of Enroth, there is nothing resembling extreme material sparsity in Macro-Brahmvatturas. It is clear that Macro-Brahmvatturas are beyond the reach of even the greatest of human souls residing in Enroth. Information about them cannot be directly obtained. It comes to us only through premonitions and unfathomable knowledge, sometimes conveyed by the higher spirits of Shadhanaka through invisible friends of our heart. But even such messages are difficult for our perception. Macro-Brahmvatturas remain one of the most mysterious and vast aspects of cosmic reality, reminding us of our insignificance and the unreachability of universal phenomena. Studying them evokes the utmost respect for the mysteries of the universe and a drive to understand its infinite complexity. In the Macro-Brahmvatturas of our galaxy, there exists a material layer where space exists, but time does not. This is something akin to a hole in time, yet there is still movement within it. This place is a realm of suffering for great demons, a domain of dark eternity, not in the sense of infinite continuation of time, but in the sense of a complete absence of time. Such eternity is not absolute, as time can potentially emerge there, and this emergence is one of the tasks of the vast cycles of cosmic evolution. The emergence of time will be the key to freeing the great sufferers trapped in this galactic hell. Black holes are points where the gravitational force is so great that even light cannot escape. They are portals to uncharted expanses of space where the rules of time and space are violated. Inside a black hole lies a mysterious space, devoid of time, yet filled with trembling and motion, akin to a gloomy labyrinth from which there is no escape. Molecules and certain types of atoms form small systems known as Micro-Brahmvatturas. Some of these exist only for a brief period. These worlds possess an amazing complexity, where elementary particles display properties of living organisms, and some of them possess free will and intelligence. However, communication with them, especially on a personal level, is virtually impossible. Currently, there are no beings at any level of Shadhanaka capable of this. This power even exceeds the capabilities of the planetary Logos. Only in the Macro-Brahmvatturas of the galaxy do spirits of such unimaginable power and majesty operate, that they can simultaneously be present in numerous Micro-Brahmvatturas. For this, such a spirit must, while maintaining its unity, simultaneously incarnate in millions of these tiniest worlds, manifesting in each with full presence, albeit in infinitesimally small units of time.